Good evening. I'm going to quickly run through why Britney's case is likely classified, and we'll have to go through a series of people and countries to explain where Britney's money went is likely caught up with the international global money laundering circuit. The volume of money that was likely stolen from Britney is so large that one, it ain't in the United States, and two, it needed really big players to take it out of the country through whatever circuitous means that may be, hopping from island to island, going to Russia. I don't really know for sure, but that's why I believe her case is classified. And do you think it's an accident Britney has hired 2 people from the Mueller investigation? It's not. Let's do a little deep dive. Let's start with the Mueller investigation itself. The overlapping circle of people that are into international espionage and election interference and politics doesn't seem to overlap that closely with the Britney fandom. Britney fandom, far more into identity politics, I would say. I don't want to overwhelm people by introducing them to too many new characters. So we'll start with Kirill Dmitriev, who was the director of the Russian Direct Investment Fund. This is a sovereign wealth fund, which is basically like an investment fund that is owned by the federal government of Russia. Quick note too, Lou Taylor is not a mastermind. She's a front person. It seems to offend people weirdly when I'm like, she's no architect. She's like a storefront, like a facade. Let me introduce you to a real mastermind / architect, as people like to call Lou.
We have a very special guest joining us on the line this morning, Kirill Dmitriev. He's the CEO at RDIF. That's, of course, the Russia Direct Investment Fund. Kirill, great to have you on this morning. Thanks so much for getting up so early for us. Now, you are one of the architects of this Saudi-Russia détente that we've seen growing over the last several years, which, of course, the OPEC Plus agreement was a major part of that. What the heck is going on?
This fund was started in 2011, and Dmitriev reported directly to Putin. You'll notice that UAE and Saudi Arabia are mentioned in the Mueller report in relationship to Dmitriev. The Seychelles meeting occurred between when Trump was elected and when he became president. The key point in this is that that meeting was used as a backdoor to connect the Russians with the incoming Trump administration. That is illegal because you cannot act as a foreign representative without officially being in power. Now, that meeting was between Eric Prince and Dmitriev, and Eric Prince was sent at the behest of Steve Bannon. Justice for Britney is a nonpartisan issue. Our choices are not 2 political parties, but the choice of freedom or fascism. And so we never actually know who's exactly on whose side, but it's clear that the powers that be send representatives. They act in somewhat covert ways by being the public-facing representative of the men behind the curtain. So Daphne Barak is actually the person that brought Steve Bannon and Trump to Palm Springs. And she's also bragged that she was the first person to bring Trump billionaires. In my estimation, she seems to act like an ambassador of foreign intelligence for various countries. Everyone knows her as the person that infiltrated the Federline family. You have to wonder what sideways deals were going on at that time, and why would she work so hard to cultivate an intimate relationship with the Federlines. It's very disturbing, the kind of pictures she would post and the stories she just blatantly made up. So we have to ask, is through the proxy of Daphne Barak, is Kevin Federline Putin's puppet?
No puppet. No puppet.
It's pretty clear. It's pretty.
People really think Hollywood is liberal, but it's neoliberal. That means profit before anything else. Another familiar face that is also friendly with Steve Bannon is Liz Crokin, who I believe came into the Free Britney movement intentionally to discredit the real investigators as well as misdirect people and co-opt the movement for her own financial gain. Liz is known in the Free Britney community because she made her own documentary called Slave Princess. I believe she was sent to discredit the movement. I feel that it's totally understandable your run-of-the-mill Britney fans are not into international affairs. It's fine if people were misled into supporting Liz, but she had an agenda, and it's a very simplistic agenda she has, and really her worldview is highly problematic, whatever your political persuasion may be. Liz is also friendly with Trump. Now, Hillary Clinton went to Trump's wedding with Melania. The reason she didn't out his mafia ties, look up Brighton Beach and the Gambino family, is because she knows her and her people have taken political donations from Trump, and everyone knew he was mafia money. So, it's all the same thing. Now, Caesars is where Britney had her Piece of Me Vegas residency, and Caesars was owned by the private equity firms Apollo and TPG. Remember, the RDIF started in 2011, and so did the planning for her Vegas residency. They were doing a lot of financial shenanigans, a lot of money went missing, and it was all a matter of cooking the books and selling their own properties to themselves. But what's interesting, 2014. Look at this dramatic dip in the price of Caesars Junior bonds in the middle of 2014. Now notice what else crashed in mid-2014. This matches up pretty good. The ruble didn't really recover though, but you know what they say, buy low, sell high. Look, it's 2011, the Russian Direct Investment Fund is founded, and Leon Black and David Bonderman of Apollo and TPG respectively are on the board. And remember, this is ran by our guy from the Mueller report, Dmitriev. A lot of Russian institutions got sanctioned because of the invasion of Crimea in 2014. Bonderman and Black did not care. Leon gave to both parties. This is not about Democrats and Republicans. It's about rich people versus regular people. They deprive us of our basic needs, and so we fight each other instead of them. We are the 99%, y'all. How long has this guy been dead? And it's 2023, and we still don't know why Leon Black gave him $158 million.
Oh, I'm so happy. No one can be so happy without being punished. I will be punished, and I should be punished. Leon, I want to confess.
I know. It's the Russian soul.
Well, everyone wants to confess, and if they don't confess, they make them confess. I am a traitor. When I kissed you, I betrayed a Russian ideal. I should be stood up against the wall.
Will that make you any happier?
Much happier.